cookie. Some for me and some for you. Oh, you're not good. Oh, I think I heard a car. That means now you could stay up and play for a little while, hasn't it? Oh, here he is. Here he is.
Hello.
Hello. I was just telling Jaimey how lucky he is. I was just about to put him up to bed. Off you know. But now that you're home, you can play with him for a little while.
No, April, if the kid's sleepy, let him go to sleep.
Oh, he's not that sleepy. He took a nap this afternoon. So did I.
I'm not surprised. You were up half the night.
Oh, come on.
Oh, April,
What's
half a dozen
happening?
times you got up because you thought you heard Jaimey.
Well, now I feel fine. As a matter of fact, I feel wonderful. Here's what I did this afternoon. I took Jaimey's playpen outside and filled it up with all his toys, and then I took a nap in the hammock. It's almost as if he knew I need a little rest.
Well, why don't you return the favor and put him up in his crib?
Because I promised him he could play with his new daddy today.
Oh, his new daddy, for Pete's sake,
Oh, come
April.
on, Draper. You know what I mean. He might as well think of you as his father if he's going to be living here. Come on, he's only 7 months old. Do you expect me to teach him how to say Uncle Draper?
I suppose you're calling yourself Mommy.
It's only natural.
No,
isn't
April, it's not natural. It's neurotic. It's neurotic as hell, April. You're not the boy's mother. Do you understand that? Do you? You're not Mommy, and I'm not Daddy.
Would you please stop this? You're going to upset Jaimey.
No, April, I'm the one who's upset.
Look, I'm sorry if you had a hard day.
You bet I had a hard day. Mike told me about your visit. All I could think about all day, April, was you here at home, acting as if everything was decided because Raven gave us one lousy piece of paper.
Well, if you'll
Suddenly
excuse me, I think I've changed my mind. It is time for Jaimey to
you
go
put
up to
Jaimey
bed.
to bed, April, but we're not going to forget about him.
Draper, I haven't forgotten about him for 1 minute. Come on, baby. You want to go to bed? Yes. Want to be a nighty night sleep?
Well, that was fast.
Well, he's not asleep yet. He's just quiet. He happens to be a very good baby considering the family he came from.
Oh, you know, we're just so lucky, April. You know, here we are living in a brand new house, which we can't afford. We're taking care of a brand new baby that doesn't belong to us. God knows it's
Draper,
going to drop
please
from the
listen.
heavens now.
Look, I expected you to come home here tonight with all sorts of arguments. But I'm not going to get excited. And I hope that you at least can discuss this calmly, too.
My, I'm glad we're so unemotional this
It's got
evening.
nothing to do with emotions. You happen to be a lawyer, and I thought that you would appreciate the logical approach. Draper, look. I know that what Raven did does not make us immediately Jaimey's parents. I think for the time being, we should just settle for legal guardianship.
Oh, first things first, right?
That's right. And Jaimey does come first. That's the way the court would look at it, and I think that's the way we should look at it, too. Well, why don't you tell me what you think is best for Jaimey? Since he doesn't have a mother
But
anymore.
he does have a father.
Yes, he does have a father. But for all intents and purposes, Logan is now a single man. A single man with a very, very important
Wait
career.
a minute. What about your career? I thought you were going to be a television executive, or maybe a TV personality. I mean, you interview people so well.
My career can wait for a while. As of today, I've taken a leave of absence from WMON.
You've what?
That's right. I'm not quitting my job. I'm just taking a leave of absence, just until Jaimey...
Until Jaimey is older. Until he's married and has kids of his own.
Would you stop being so ridiculous? Of course I know mothers have children and careers,
What
too.
about Logan can take care of his own
This
child?
has nothing to do with Logan.
April,
and you...
stop this! Now! It's enough!
Draper, don't you want a family? Draper, you were the one who talked about adoption. Now we don't have to adopt. We don't have to worry about where the child came from, who his parents are. We have a child. A child that we know. A child that I happen to already love. Draper, please. Please don't do this to me. Look at me. We have a baby upstairs. Jaimey is ours. He's asleep in our bedroom. He'll be there tomorrow morning. And we can love him, and we can raise him just like he was our own son. Please don't take him away from me, Draper. Not now. Not if you love me. Don't do this.
You know, Logan, it's strange how responsible I feel for what Raven did. Almost as if she were my own child and I had raised her badly.
Oh, Geraldine, you didn't do anything wrong. You just walked in on her at a bad time, that's all.
If I could only withdraw the key from that locked door.
I gave you that key, remember? I asked you to go by there and check on her health. It's certainly not your fault if by the time you arrived, she'd been cured by Dr. Dorn.
Well, I didn't want you to know. I saw no point in telling you.
You didn't. You didn't tell me anything. I came back because I was concerned about Raven. I thought she was sick. I don't know, maybe I picked up something from your tone of voice, but that's a long way from telling tales.
I just wish there had been some other outcome.
Not me. Tough as it is, I'd much rather know the truth.
And what will you do now?
Oh, the best thing. Get out of it. Get out of the marriage as quickly and cleanly as possible. Get custody of Jaimey.
You don't think there will be any problem there?
She abandoned him, practically left him on a doorstep. A familiar doorstep, I grant you that.
Yes, but how will you manage? I mean, without a wife, without someone to take care of Jaimey?
I haven't thought that far ahead. There are ways.
You mean hiring someone?
Mm-hmm.
Like Mrs. Harris, who never seems to get off the phone long enough with her own children to take care of Jaimey?
Well, if not Mrs. Harris, then somebody else.
I see. A long parade of paid mothers. Well, what happens when you have to travel? And you will in your job, you know. And all the late nights you spend working?
Just to cross that bridge when we come to it. You got a suggestion?
As a matter of fact, yes, but I just don't know how it will strike you.
Well, let's find out. Strike ahead.
It has occurred to me that you might be willing to combine forces.
Do what?
I realize that you and I are a rather strangely matched pair, but then odd couples are rather common these days, aren't they? And we do have some things in common, you know. I mean, we're both victims in our own ways. Victims trying to hang on as survivors.
Geraldine, are you I don't know how to put this delicately. Are you suggesting that we combine households?
Well, certainly I realize you don't need a mother at this stage in your life. But after all, I have been a grandmother to Jaimey ever since he was born, and so far I haven't had any complaints from him. Logan, don't worry about hurting my feelings if you say no.
No.
I realize that I have become more and more superfluous as my life goes on. Somehow I have been the residue of so many broken homes and broken marriages and death. 2 husbands, 2 sons of my own. And then there was Kevin. He was my son too, you know. I mean, I made him my son. And when Kevin married Raven, he started a chain of events that led right to this moment, this room, this conversation. A tired old woman and a sad young man. No, Logan, I couldn't blame you for not wanting to put that combination together.
No, I didn't say it was a bad idea.
Well, you know, I thought maybe I could be helpful in some way, maybe even useful.
I don't know, somehow, I can't see you as Jamie's permanent babysitter.
Well, I'm not applying for that job. No. I'm applying for the job in a family. For you and Jaimey. And me.
Don't jump.
I look so desperate.
Oh, I thought you looked a little sad. But I can guess what's on your mind. It's your daughter, isn't it?
No, as a matter of fact, I wasn't thinking about April just now. I was thinking about you.
Oh, I'm flattered.
I don't think you would be if you could read my mind.
Uh-oh. You're beginning to alarm me. Have I been neglecting you lately again? Tell me where I've done wrong.
As a matter of fact, that is precisely what someone else told me earlier today.
Someone? Who?
Oh, someone we both know very well. Someone who used to work right here, as a matter of fact.
You don't mean Sarah Albright?
Ah, precisely. Dear Sarah dropped by, out of the kindness of her heart, to tell me a few things she thought I ought to know about you. Something tells me you know exactly how the conversation went.
I can't imagine.
Oh, can't you?
Well, Sarah Albright is a dangerous, demented woman. I was afraid she was going to pull a shabby trick like this. I was going to warn you about this a long, long time ago. Listen, I might as well tell you the truth. Sarah didn't resign. I fired her.
Oh.
Or rather, I forced her to leave by threatening to reveal what she was doing. Even to the extent of calling the police.
Police?
The woman was a petty thief, Margo. I caught her at it. That's why she's doing this. That's why she's going around saying that we had an affair behind your back.
Elliott, she didn't say any such thing.
Oh?
She didn't say anything about the two of you. She said something entirely different.
Yeah, of course, but I was just using this as an example. That's the kind of thing she would say. I mean, that's the kind of thing
It doesn't matter. I told her I wasn't interested in her gutter gossip.
You did?
Oh, it wasn't very pleasant hearing what she had to say, but then it could have been false. Or it could have been the absolute truth.
Like Margo, please.
Let me finish, please. It could have been the absolute truth. But I told her I didn't want to hear about it. I told her that it wasn't any of her business, just as I said it wasn't any of my business.
Oh.
Now, don't misunderstand. I was very hurt by what she said, more hurt than I thought I could be, but I was also protected by a certain decision that I'd made a long, long time ago. Do you have any idea what I'm talking about?
Look, Margo, I swear to you, I have never been unfaithful to you. Never. Look, I know there have been stories, people always telling stories about other people. You know that. But you're the only woman I care about. Do you believe me?
Do you expect me to?
I want you to.
Oh, well, that's different. Not that the different matters. Because the decision that I was talking about is the decision to make this marriage work, to believe that this marriage is as good as I can possibly expect it to be.
Margo, you're an angel.
No, Elliott, please. Don't touch me right now. I don't think I want to be touched right now.
Margo.
And let's not talk about it anymore either. Do you understand? I don't want to have to talk about it anymore.
Believe me, my angel, you won't have to talk about this again. Ever? I don't want to do anything to lose you. I need you. Very much.
We'll dress for dinner.
Absolutely drained. Why don't doctors ever take their own advice?
I take my own advice all the time. I tell all my patients to come home to a beautiful wife. How's your day? It's a dumb question. Half of it's still ahead of you, isn't it?
Well, one special thing did happen this afternoon. I heard a very interesting story. Margo might be at the studio tonight. I should ask her about it.
What was it?
April is leaving WMON.
Are you kidding? She wouldn't do that for all the tea in China.
Well, I don't know. Then she's taking a leave of absence. Glenn told me about it. I tried to reach her this afternoon at home. She must have been shopping or something.
That's got to be some kind of a false rumor. Let's face it, Margo would never leave. You know, that job is too good a way of keeping the apron strings tied.
Well, that's what I thought. But Glenn seemed pretty sure about it. Said April was talking to him about him taking on some of her work.
I'll get her.
Company.
We eating in?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, we were just talking about you.
Oh, though my ears are burning. Glad to see you home.
I'm really glad to see you. I think I could have waited until tonight to find out what's going on. Is Draper with you?
No, he's at home with Jaimey.
You still have that baby with you?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we might have him for quite some time.
Ah, well, then that explains the rumor. You're just taking some extra days for babysitting.
Yeah, Nicole had heard that you were planning to leave the station. Neither one of us could understand why.
Well, that's why I'm here, to tell you all about it. Logan and Raven have split up for good. She has taken off for England and said that she would probably never, ever return.
Well, it's Raven. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, but that's not all. She left her baby with us, and I don't just mean to babysit. I mean to keep, to take care of and treat as our own son and to adopt if we want to.
I can't believe that Raven would do
It's
something
true. It's true. She left papers, legal papers, papers giving us permission to care for Jaimey and even adoption consent forms in case we want to adopt him. Well, look, it makes sense to me. Raven knows that we love Jaimey, and we're both young. We've got a beautiful new home. I can't have any children of my own, and Logan is not Jaimey's legal parent. Look, even if he was, he's in no position right now to make a home
Just
for Jaimey.
Slow down a little bit. You're going 60 miles an hour, and I think you're off the track a bit.
Look, I'd really like you to help me make Draper understand. Like I said, if we went to court, they would choose in favor of the baby, whatever's best for the baby. And don't you think that staying with us is the absolute best for Jaimey?
I don't know, April. I've never heard of anything like this happening
Well, look,
before.
I'm upset. I'm worried about Draper. He was extremely unreasonable tonight. He acted as if I were committing some sort of crime. When all I want to do is raise and love a little baby boy. Nicole, you've got to understand. I mean, you've got a little boy of your own. What if we were talking about Adam? What if we were talking about Adam and it was Miles who was giving you a hard time about...
Now, wait a minute. You leave me out of this. The situation's not the same.
Look, I really don't have any time to argue. I just wanted to come by and tell you what was happening because I'm sure that Draper is going to call you and try to enlist your help in making me reasonable, you see.
Being reasonable is not such a bad idea.
No, but being happy is a lot better idea, Miles. Gotta go.
April.
What's the matter? You forget your key?
Good evening.
Swifty, what are you doing here? Come on in.
I thought the sooner the three of us got this thing settled, the better off we'd be.
The only problem is April's not here.
Well, maybe that's for the best. I really need to get this off my chest anyway. Would you sit down and let me talk at you for a while? I told you I would tell you about the breakup eventually. You know, why it happened, if you haven't already guessed. I should have figured it out a lot sooner than I did. After all, I had the example of the way Raven carried on with me when she was married to Kevin. Husband didn't mean very much to Raven, I don't think. He was just a conquest, past history, boring. Needed new worlds to conquer. Well, I guess I don't have to draw you a picture. Anyway, when I found out the truth, when I walked in on the truth, there wasn't much left for Raven to do except throw a fit, which she did. As soon as she found out she couldn't manipulate me the way she did Kevin. I think that's what really got to her, you know. So she did the only thing that she was sure would hurt me. She took my son away from me, and he's my son.
I know he's your son, Logan. I only have one question. I mean, Jaimey's a tiny baby.
Yeah, I know.
How are you going to take care of him?
I've already made arrangements for that. Geraldine's going to take charge. We're combining forces, so whatever forces we have. I don't know how it's going to work out. I don't know much about the future at all. I just know I want my son.
groceries in the car?
Oh, no. They didn't have anything I wanted. I just decided we'd have some leftovers, something that I'm going to check Jaimey.
No, wait, April, don't go upstairs.
It's not here.
I know.
Well, where is he?
With his father.
With his father? What's that supposed to mean?
It means that Logan came by when you were gone. And he wanted his baby, so I gave him to him.
So you just gave it to him. Just like that, huh? Why? You had no right, Draper. You had absolutely no right. How could you do it to me?
Seems as though a harmony is hard to find, always on our mind. In frustrated days, past